Can I get back to you?
Hey, what's up, Nation? It's your boy Nation. We're here for the week 1 battle in the UPC against the Eric, coach of the Colorado Mamoswine. And this video is hype. I am really excited. A lot of people, when I uploaded this, really watched this video when we sent the battle code out to the people, and I was like, oh, this is cool. It was a good battle for me. It was really hype. I'm really nervous for this battle. Before this battle started, I'm sorry for the post-com instead of live-com. I can't live-com because I don't have a capture card, but my boy Phantombass does, so I'm doing post-com, and you're going to see me drink Gatorade a lot because my throat hurts, and I got to go to church tonight. But anyway, we're going up against Eric, coach of the Colorado Mamoswine. All the stuff will be in the description below. I don't know if he has a YouTube channel, but if he does, it'll be in the description below along with the Twitter. Also, Tyler's, who's gonna be doing my recording all season, and my Jenning. He's the real one. He's gonna be in the description below with his YouTube. You definitely need to subscribe to that man because he's a beast. And last but not least, the UPC's Twitter will be in the description below. Don't forget about that. Go check it out for all your UPC needs. Now, we are rocking out with, recap, Thunderous T, our Physical Mega Venusaur, our Scarf Crook, AV, Special Victini, Gastrodon, and Abalugger chilling there. On the opposite side, we do have the Togekiss, the Hitmontop, the Arcanine, the Greninja, the Hitmon... I already said the Hitmontop. The Salamence, and the Jirachi. Now, when I'm looking at his team, I see... My dedicated lead was Victini because I expected him to bring a different Pokemon. I can't remember which Pokemon it was, but he ended up not bringing it, which was great for me because I didn't have to leave Victini. I thought Victini was my designated lead the entire battle. I could have led Victini this battle and it still could have went differently, or it probably still could have led Victini. Victini was kind of my dedicated lead with the AV, fake the U-turn type of thing. But then I was like, okay, he's leading either Togekiss or Jirachi here. And if he leads with Togekiss, he's probably going to try to T-Wave Air Slash. Thunderous is a great lead for that because he can't be T-Waved because of Volt Absorb, and Air Slash is resistant. And we're rocking our double dancing Thunderous T. But if he leaves with Jirachi, that's even better because then I know he's trying to get up Stealth Rock. That's his only rock setter on the squad. Sorry about the cursor. But we're going to get into this, and I'm going to show you what I mean. As I was thinking through my thought process, as I finally ended up deciding after about 40 seconds of trying to figure out what Mon I should put in, I decided to lead Thunderous T and was writing down a lot of things, so I almost wasted all the time. I almost messed up and didn't lead with Thunderous T. I almost led with like Mega Venusaur or something, but we did go ahead, and I did predict right, and he went for the Stealth Rock, so I get up my agility so I can outspeed everything, including the Greninja, which that could win me the game. Getting up in agility on this team was ridiculous, but then he goes, I'm like, he's gonna U-turn out. This thing's not gonna hit me with anything. He can't hit me with anything. I go ahead and use a nasty plot on his U-turn. I was like, this is great. This is great. This is exactly what I predicted him to do. This worked out way too well. So now I'm +2/+2. The double dance situation worked. If I didn't say this in the team prep, I'm gonna pause it as soon as this Pokemon comes out, Arcanine. I'm gonna pause it here for a second. My plan in this was Victini, Mega Venusaur were there to just hit hard. Sleep Powder, Swords Dance, Earthquake, knock off, you know, just hit the team hard so they'll be at low HP, so Thunderous can come in with a Life Orb, T-Bolt, or Crocodile can come in and just Earthquake, knock off, Stone Edge, do whatever it needs to do, Pursuit, Trap, do whatever it needs to do. That was the whole point of Thunderous and Crocodile. When I led with Thunderous, I did not expect to get double dance up, but he put me in that situation where I was like, I have to set up. This is the perfect time to set up. Now, Aki, one of my good friends, coach of the Portland Crow, he's not in this league, he's in the MPL with me along with the owner of the ITL, he's a great guy. He would get mad at me for this because I set up too early in his opinion. First 2 turns, that's me setting up. But I think this setup was kind of easy, it was kind of predictable, not really predictable, but like, it was something that he didn't really expect me to do right off the bat, so I thought, let's do it. That's a great idea, let's get it done. So, we get off that, and he has Intimidate, and I was like, oh, he has a whole bunch of Intimidate mons. But that didn't matter, so we're going to fire off that T-Bolt on the monster, also known as this Arcanine, and that OHKO's the Arcanine. So down goes 1 mon on his team, and we are doing great right now. We're doing fantastic right now. That means all of his mons should be dropping to Thunderbolts, because that was probably his biggest special defensive wall right there. But now, as Hitmontop goes for Sucker Punch, I was like, oh, sweep over, we're not living this. Psych, we ate that way too well. I didn't think we were going to live as well as we did. You know, I thought we would at least be able to kill the Hitmontop. Crit didn't matter, by the way, folks. +2, modest. We're killing. Life Orb. It's hard to switch in on something like that. Now here comes Niv Mizzet, and because of us, I don't think anything with a Scarf was outspeeding, because I don't think Mence is faster than, even times 2, you know, with the Scarf, it's not faster than me. But down goes that, so half this team is already out the window. Now this next move is kind of unfortunate, not for me, but for him. I go for the Dark Pulse. He happens to have the Colbur Berry to eat up the Dark type move, and it just barely lives. He just barely lives. But I do indeed get the flinch on the Jirachi, which was so unfortunate for him. I was able to Dark Pulse and kill the Jirachi, and that sucks. I mean, I should have just T-bolted anyway. T-bolt would have killed, and I could have swept. Literally, Thunderous would sit here with 6. He would have been 6-1. I would have had to send another Mon on the field. But Thunderous is going to go down after this Thunderbolt because of Life Orb damage. But we are going to indeed take out the Betty, also known as the Togekiss. So now it's 5 Mons to 1, and at this point, it's like, I have this battle won. Mega Venusaur is going to eat up hits, especially with Thick Fat, even if it has Ice Beam, maybe Extra Sensory, but, you know, we're going to eat up hits. I have Victini here, who has Dazzling Gleam. So I elected to go into Victini over Crocodile because I wanted the damage. So this is I feel like this is, you know, we're at the point where it's like, oh, it's a guaranteed 5-0. Now if I were Scarfed, this would have been a 5-0. I opted out of Scarfed and put an AV on, which I lived the hit actually very well. And Dazzling Gleam did indeed not kill, so he is able to kill my Victini, and Greninja was able to scoop up a kill this week for Eric, coach of the Colorado Mamoswine. But it is all good in the hood because we have Leatherhead here with the Choice Scarf to come through, and Earthquake and kill. Now, I think at this point when I won the battle, I was trying to figure out what would have happened had I not gotten that flinch. Had I not gotten the flinch, I don't know what he would have hit me with. I'm sorry. I definitely want to still see, you know, the thing. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I still want to. I still want to see it. I want to see the video. I still want to see it. I still want to see it. Alright, take it. Alright, take it. Alright, so we're not gonna play it, but we're gonna keep it here. We're just gonna keep it on this screen. But had I indeed not flinched, Thunders would have fallen. Would have definitely dropped. I would have probably sent in Crocodile, and I probably could have swept with Stone Edge. I don't know what I would have done. I might have gone into Mega Venusaur, get a Sleep Powder off to get 2 Swords Dances up, or 3 Swords Dances up. I don't know what I would have done. I still had Victini chilling there, who could have came in and literally eaten a hit and blue flared. Literally hurt anyone on that team with a blue flare. Even Greninja would take remarkable damage from a blue flare. But I really don't know. I feel like I still would have won, but had I done that, I don't think I would have won 4-0. I think it would have been more like a 3-2-0, maybe even more, like a 5-0, because I wouldn't have even had to send in Victini. I honestly didn't have to send in Victini in the first place. I could have went into like Gastrodon, and Gastrodon probably could have kicked up the kill with like Earth Power or Avalugg, and I don't know. I really don't know. Actually, Gastrodon would have been a terrible decision. I could have went into Mega Venusaur, Sleep Powdered, Swords Dance, Earthquake, or just Sleep Powder, Earthquake it up. I don't know. It was a tough like blow to him, I think, for me to sweep him like that. But it was nice. It was nice not having to really do too much to win that battle, and it was great. It was a great battle for my part. I'm really happy. I didn't go in there with the game plan of sweeping with Thunder's T, but when you get if you have the opportunity to, you're gonna take that opportunity every time. Especially when you have the opportunity to get Agility and a Nasty Plot up on a Thunder's T, which has base 145 special attack. But again, good game from my man Eric. He is a great guy. He really, I respect him very much for how he took that. He didn't blame the hacks for his loss. He said it was still a good game regardless. That hacks did suck. That flinch did suck. It did change the kind of trajectory of that battle just a tad bit. The Colbur Berry was brilliant on his part. I should have just fired a T-Bolt off, honestly. Should have just kept firing off T-Bolts at that point, and I would have won with just Thunderous. But so misplay on my part. It could have cost me the battle had his Greninja. I don't know what his Greninja was running, but that was crazy. But with that, I think we're gonna hop up out of here. I think it was a great win for the Nevada Noiverns to start off 1-0 +4. Thunderous is now currently, I think, number 2 on the kills deaths list because it is at +4, not +5, whereas another Mon went 5-0 this week, which is kind of unfortunate, but you know what, it's okay. I'm happy with what Thunder's put in, and Thunder's put in the work. Now everyone's going to be bringing rocks and Ice Beam and rock type moves and counters for my Thunderous, so it gives my other Mons some time to shine and potentially win me the games. So with that, I'm gonna hop out of here. Thank you so much for watching. To the Mini Nation from the Northern Nation, I'm out.